We're live. Hello, this is Nasty Neal.
This is Lecter.
And this is Without Your Heads, Boston Underground Coverage 2025.
Yes, we are currently at the Tasty Burger
in
Harvard Square. We've been here now 2 times. I think they do this normally. We're down in the basement doing the thing. There's
several
karaoke behind us.
Yeah.
And right now we're just chilling while people come in. It's still light in here, so we'll see. We've had this is our second day. Well, it's third day technically.
Third day, yeah. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, yeah.
So today being Saturday, wow, we had shorts.
Shorts. The premiere of Alma and the Wolf, the world premiere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up the. By the way, it's super loud in here. Hopefully, you guys can hear us okay. I think Annabelle really got the audio as good as it's going to be. I think she did a great job. Hopefully, you hear us better than I think we can hear ourselves. But.
I think that's probably the way to go. So if you're out there and you want to do some live chat with us, go to YouTube, youtube.com/withoutyourhead, and then we can all interact. So
Exactly.
Yeah, so we didn't talk about yesterday either.
No, so Friday it opened with the Dunwich Horrors short block, which is always a highlight of Buff. That is shorts made by local filmmakers from New England. So we had a Good Looking Out, which unfortunately we did miss, but we're going to check that out soon by our friend Seth Chatfield.
Yes.
Followers by Miriam Olkin, which we had on the show Thursday.
Yes, we did. Wonderful. So if you want to check out the interview with Miriam, check out the podcast from this past week. And a couple other lovely people as well.
Yeah. Katie's Skin, which we had seen before by Stephen Schloss, who was also on the show.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah, really.
And we can talk about that a little bit. So Katie's Skin, it's making its rounds, having seen it a couple places. You can't. This one isn't. You say too much and you give it away.
Yeah, that's how it is with a lot of shorts. Same thing with Followers by Miriam, and we went into it on the show. It's really about what people will go through to get followers on it, get likes on Instagram, and beyond. Maybe what you actually want to do.
So with Katie's Skin, it's a story of a man and his wife. And it's beautifully shot. It's really, really nice. And they have an evening at dinner, and it goes to places, and it gets dark. And there's a little bit of graphicness to it, like a very classy graphicness, if you can say that.
Yeah. It was really well made. It tells a story in a short format. I think a lot of shorts actually all over at Buff. Sometimes a short is kind of like what I call a punchline short. But there was a lot of shorts I think this year that really told the story within a 10 or 15 minute.
Yes, definitely. And you get a sense of the larger picture, and that was something that definitely happened with that.
Yeah. And you said it was shot beautifully, and there's a lot of gross stuff in it, which really makes that stand out. I think. Forever War. Which I'd say was a soldier trapped in a time loop is forced to fight a battle he can never win over and over again.
Yeah, that was very intense.
Yes, it was. Damn Handy. This was a standout.
Oh my God. This was one of the funniest ones of the show. The premise is there's a middle-aged older woman, and she's in her house, and she has a plumbing issue where she keeps hearing a drip, 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 and hires a plumber to come over. I don't remember what the name of the company is. Damn Handy.
I guess
right?
It's Damn Handy.
Damn Handy. So he's a very nice guy, and he comes over, and the woman starts kind of talking about her plumbing history. That is not sexualized in any way. And again, it's hard to say, but it's you kind of think you know where it's going. And then you're surprised. I will say
definitely.
This is a surprise.
It's a very funny, way different. It surprises you You assume something's going to happen, but then what happens you would not assume.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You think it's going to go away, and it goes away. And
I love this. I would like to see more from Peter Filardi, who made this. I really liked it a lot. 8 by Mike Canali, who we also had on the show Thursday.
Remind me of 8.
The mother struggles with the bloodline of her son.
Tell me more.
I don't know.
Is it too much?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly short.
Oh, okay, so we will hush on 8.
Sagno Rosso by Coco Roy. Floating through a fever dream of grief, a woman is visited by a series of witches while traveling in her own mind. This one was really all visuals.
Yes. Very, very good looking stuff.
Yeah. They use this image a lot in like, and just, to advertise his short. Methuselah by Nathan Sellers. Rooted in a childhood memory, Methuselah examines the exploitation of trees and their haunting dual role as silent witnesses and unwitting participants in humanity's long history of violence.
Wow. And that says it all. And it's got some pretty sweet tree.
Yeah.
Not Arbor Day style trees.
No. Very different.
Good stuff.
And then My Child, a recent college graduate, must confront his fear of adulthood, his childhood nostalgia, and the supernatural entities which pursue him through the halls of his old elementary school.
Oh, yes.
This is another very cool one.
So, a whole bunch of great stuff.
Yeah.
A ton of great stuff.
Always check out the shorts blocks because not only are they cool, you're gonna see a lot of content by a bunch of different creators, and it's gonna be when you're at a festival, it's gonna be probably your only time to see them on the big screen with a bunch of people.
Absolutely. And sometimes you won't have a chance if they don't get, like, some people, they make it. It's very hard to get through as an indie filmmaker.
Sometimes they just don't go anywhere after that because there's limited platforms. There's more than there used to be, but it's maybe either on their YouTube or a handful of platforms that will pick them up. So also Head Like a Hole, which you can watch our review of that should have come up Friday, which we were a huge fan of. The director is here. I'm not sure. We haven't met him yet. Stephen McDonald LaBelle, and he'll be on the show very soon.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. This movie, The Ugly
that was a hell of a.
Stepsister.
This was a hell of a double feature, though. Head Like a Hole. The Ugly Stepsister. Hello, we got Jim McDonough.
Mr. Jim McDonough.
We got Jim McDonough over here.
Fine filmmaker, Mr. Jim McDonough, shaking it.
Showing the move.
He's got the move.
Wow. How's it going?
Live stream.
Yes,
Look at
Do it
this.
live.
Do it live. Yeah, exactly.
How we doing, fellas?
Good. How are you doing? Yeah.
How's the sound on this?
Really
we think
good.
it should be good. Yeah. Hopefully. That's the plan.
Reanimator?
No, because we got press stuff, so they want to sell tickets to that first. But I would have loved to. It's one of my favorite movies. And Barbara Crampton. Yeah.
She's here, right?
Yeah.
I got to see her. Neal has a little crush on her.
She's great. So one of the highlights for me doing Without Your Head's a panel I did, and it was Scream Queens, and I asked her what was the highlight of the convention for you, and she said meeting you right now and gave me a hug.
Hey now.
Yeah.
I bet she says that to all the podcasts.
No, it was the only time she's ever uttered it in her entire life.
Scream
She's busting my bump here, but yeah. I mean, that's what Jim always says to me too. He's like,
Right, clear. Yeah. So can you see how many people are on? Is there do you know who's on here?
We don't. Yeah, not a lot at the moment, but we don't know. We kind of popped on live without anyone knowing.
Timing.
Yeah.
It's all random.
Are you gonna be singing?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I do that too much, but then people say, well, Annabelle says it's like people expect it. So I don't know.
That's the rub.
How about yourself?
I'm going. I don't know. There's a few. Megan Thee Stallion, possibly.
Who?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Really?
All
I'm
right.
thinking maybe some classic rock. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. Doors, Jim Brown.
The Doors.
It's all. I guess a full spectrum of pop.
All right.
Very
How
excellent.
about you, Sue?
Good.
Then I say.
Everything's good. Yeah.
Sorry to crash
You
the
gotta.
pod.
No.
it's
It's excellent.
excellent, yeah.
You gotta sing something where you can dance.
That's the rub. Yeah. So I think that's why I'm thinking hip hop.
All right. Oh, hip hop.
It's early, so I might have an opportunity to kind of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get in there.
You can do several things. You could show your all the different genres that you mastered. Yeah.
My range
Hip hop,
of moves. I'm
classic
not much
rock.
of a singer, but I am quite the performer. Is how I look at it.
I
Right.
think Yes, and that's really at the end of the day, that's more important.
Yeah,
It really is.
that's why Monster Mash is my go-to because it's more storytelling than the vocal. At least that's what I tell myself.
We'll see y'all then.
All right. Yeah. So,
All right,
yeah.
so Mr. Jim, hell of a guy. Hell
I'm
of a
thinking
guy.
you should do like Saturday Night Fever or something.
That's gonna be pretty sweet. So
You got to really hit the notes for that. Anthony Chobo, how are you, buddy? We're doing good. I saw Snow White. It was awesome. Oh, very good,
Very
Chobo.
sweet. So,
Can you hear us
yeah,
okay?
let us know if you can hear us.
Annabelle,
If you
Lecter, and gentlemen, enjoy. Was that someone above them, or was that what you
can.
wrote?
Let me check it out.
Oh, Krypton.
Oh.
Oh, Cynthia. Hello, Boston Underground. Hello, Annabelle, Lecter, and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Gentlemen.
I am.
Cynthia, it's really
Oh, I
nice
see.
to
Well, which
you.
probably when they were
That's
both
really
here.
great.
So, yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So,
I like to be on.
Get out here sometime. Cynthia's.
Yeah, I'll be on Cynthia's shows. I'll be on there Wednesday.
Very
One of
nice.
the gentlemen will be on
You were the
show.
gentleman.
Well, I think it was when we were both here. So me and when Jim was here too. Probably.
Oh yes, the gentleman.
Yeah.
Jim.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a great fest. It's a really good time. Very friendly people. It's a great crowd. Great place to connect. Great place to see things. And Ugly Stepsister is my favorite.
Man, it's so good.
Thus far.
We can't do like a super in-depth review, but it is fantastic.
Woo.
It hits like all different notes. It's a very emotional, very gross
really
at times.
feel.
Yeah.
I feel for most people a little bit, and some more than others.
Yeah. Well, I think it does a really good job actually in I can't go into detail, but actually kind of playing with how you feel with different characters throughout the movie.
Oh, yeah,
I think you
100%.
change how you're going to feel about
Yes.
different characters.
I don't think that's giving away too much. The idea of like that people can be different things, different places, different times, and different opportunities.
Yeah. Well, I also want to.
corruption.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot is said about being gross, and that people like puke at cans, which all that's in there. But beyond that, like you can have that movie, maybe it'll be fun to watch, but it's a great movie. It's not just like a couple gross out scenes.
Yeah. Oh, it's many more gross out scenes. There's like a friend, Cordelia. I saw her today, and we were talking a little bit about it. And she said that the reason she went to it specifically, she couldn't stay for the whole festival, is because she heard at Cannes that there was like a vomit.
Yeah.
And
I know I know horror people here, they say that about every movie, but I think this one seems a little more logical to me because I assume it's a different audience at Cannes, and it's not your typical like slasher stuff. So
but really phenomenal, like gross surgery things.
yeah, it's fantastic. I don't know. Hopefully we can get some people down the road for it. I don't know. That'd be great if we can.
Did you read the thing?
I will do that.
Yeah. Just say what we can say.
The Ugly Stepsister. A delightfully nasty fairy tale facelift. The Ugly Stepsister. Oh, you know what it said? I didn't even read this before, so I didn't know. Which I'm kind of glad I did. The Ugly Stepsister dragged Cinderella through the mud, blood, and surgical steel in Norwegian director Emily Blichfeld's jaw-clenching debut. Wow, it's her debut film. That's pretty amazing.
Oh, wow.
Imagine the Brothers Grimm by way of a medieval extreme makeover with all the body horror and vile spewing absurdity you could ever wish upon a star. And then some. Elvira, the so-called Ugly Stepsister, isn't hideous by any stretch, but that doesn't stop her gold digger mother from demanding an excruciating blow-up in the name of royal matrimony. With a quack doctor wielding chisels, sutures, and eyelash sewing needles, Elvira is reshaped nose, teeth, weight, and all to compete with her cruelly perfect stepsister Agnes for the prince's attention. But beauty is a beast, and Elvira's transformation isn't just painful, it's parasitic, literally. Litchfield's film isn't just grim, it's grim with a capital G, as in the Brothers Grimm, with broken noses, mangled feet, and vomit-inducing diet plans that would make the House of Mouse blanch. Lush and grotesque in equal measure, the ugly stepsister.
How much more does it say? It's
like
saying
5
it's
paragraphs.
No, it's saying the whole movie.
Just go see
I
it.
don't know why. Why can we not say anything? It says everything.
Yeah, it's by Nicole McControversy, which is a fantastic name. Yeah, go see it. It's great. You know what? While I was reading that, I was thinking we get all these movies now because all these characters become public domain. And something I have fun with that. But this is really the kind you can't do this every movie, but you're taking the basic story and you're making something completely different with it. You're not just exploiting the characters.
Oh, absolutely. And
So,
it
yeah.
was interesting because I was thinking of the traditional Cinderella and that fairy tale piece and what we're shown like in Disney. I think a lot of people, myself, I think mainstream is the Disney version.
Yeah.
And thinking about how they're portrayed through the eyes of people who are sympathetic to Cinderella.
Yeah.
And that this really...
Yeah, that's what I was saying really about, it's
yeah.
great. Can't say enough good things about it. And like I said, hopefully we can get some folks on.
I can't say enough about it now. Is that something that people can find right now streaming?
I don't believe so. But
I
know because they did say Alma and the Wolf, I believe, is streaming. So.
Oh, okay.
Or at least streaming soon, maybe, because he mentioned Paramount Plus. Trigger warning shorts. So trigger warning, these are, ones that, will
maybe
trigger,
gross.
Yeah, used to be the WTF block. We had Fucker, the enemies of independent cinema kidnap Fucker's love. I don't think we saw this one, unfortunately. To get her back, he is forced to do their evil bidding by sabotaging the filming of amateur movies. Yeah, because we came in on this one. We were a little late. Sorry, guys.
There's a lot of driving challenge.
Rejected. This was cool. It's very hard to do an anthology within a short film.
Oh, that's right.
3 twisted tales of macabre horror intertwined, all linked by an antique digital camera from 1997. One of these was one of those shorts was great. Yeah.
I enjoy it. It is very, very ridiculous. It really is like a kind of ABCs of death kind of silliness, goofiness with a sort of not like a Crypt Keeper, but there's 2 characters that are they're holding the story together.
Yeah, I think that's hard to do 3 separate stories within one short.
It's very silly and nostalgic for those of us who were around when you put floppy disks into camera.
My original camera didn't have the floppy disk had, but it did have those little discs. It was like the real small discs. Yeah. The Night Has 1,000 Desires. This was a cool black and white with the. After the death of his mother, an emotionally stunted young man goes on a bizarre odyssey into the depths of his own perversion. This was the guy gets picked up by a woman out in the rain, brought back the older woman, brought back to her house.
Oh yeah.
I like this one a lot. This one definitely fits the on many levels, because there was a lot of what is happening in this. I don't want to give too much away, but it was really well made too, well shot and everything. Burnout. We were gonna have Russell on the other day. An assistant will do anything to.
Second, we got DJ Christian running the show.
All right, we might not over here for you tonight.
Well, now, whether Neal will or not remains to be seen.
I don't think I want to.
We'll see how that goes.
The artist who sings it is like Baby, so I know whether it's Mariah Carey things or something.
I don't know if people can hear him or not. I don't want to be rude and speak over him, but
yeah. Well, he won't be able to hear us. Burnout, Russell Goldman. An assistant will do anything to get a presentation in front of his boss, even set himself on fire. This was
That
a really,
was great.
yeah, that
I
was
really
really
like
well made.
this one.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It was funny, but also sad,
Yeah.
and very much like a critique of the workplace and what it takes to survive, and the numbing experience.
Yeah, kind of giving yourself to something that doesn't really have any purpose to you other than,
And totally unappreciated. You put
Right,
in
yeah, it was
work
thrown
and you work
away.
and you work and you work
Yeah.
and you work. It doesn't fucking matter. It's whether or not you're willing to toe the line and do what you're told.
Mop Sorden. Mullane, a filmmaker with wasted potential, has taken refuge in a corporate job. When a weirdo comes up on a silver lining, she won't resist the call of the buzz.
Remind me. It's hard with
Yeah.
shorts. I wish I could take notes. I usually, if I'm in a theater and there's not a lot of people around,
Yeah,
I can take little
I'll
notes
just-
on my phone.
yeah.
But you can't really do that.
Brothers Beastly. In the bleak, isolated tundra, identical twin brothers are trapped in a sinister, cannibalistic family dynamic and face psychological dissent that fractures their decaying identity.
That one was crazy.
Yeah.
That was really, really crazy.
Terminal Emulator. Oh, this was good. This had stop motion. When
That
it's,
was crazy. In a whole, yeah. They're playing
this was
DVD.
this was a standout, I thought. Terminal Emulator. When a sexually abusive tryst is in outer space, ends by bloodshed. I'm sorry. A distraught corporate executive faces demons after her lover provides a psychedelic designer drug. Yeah, this had a lot going in a short film.
Absolutely.
This told a long story.
Definitely. But and that freaking animation
Oh,
was,
sweet.
it
Yeah.
was
And you
weird
notice that
and
it,
creepy and curvy.
yeah,
and
so it completely fit the
strange.
trigger warning.
Absolutely. It was a nice snap
Yeah.
at the end. It was
Yeah, some taboos. And then, and Annabelle pointed out, they thanked Ray Harryhausen at the end.
yeah. It was a nice role. So I think it's a great block to have, and I love how they batch out the blocks so you know what you're going for. Who we got over here? What's going on?
I'm up to 2020 in my memoir. So excellent.
Very nice.
So,
So
Saturday we had Sound and Vision, which we can't go over all these, but this is such a great great block of short. Their music
Great
videos, they're wonderful. And again, this is not something you normally get to see on the big screen with an audience, music videos.
and it really embraces, as I was watching, I'll mention my beautiful little brother, Sethais, who I want to send. I'd be like, watch these, because he's going to start making, recording for music videos for people where he lives. And this shows that it's not even, you don't have to make a narrative of the lyrics of the song. You can incorporate that. Like, it doesn't have to be a perfect match. What you're doing when you're making these music videos is you're just crafting. Like the one with the freaking fly.
With the what?
The fly was in this one, wasn't it? The fly that's like.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Oh my god, there's like a fly fighting a guy inside of his head. And,
Yeah.
oh my god, and that one was so nuts with a little like string.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It told its own little story while you're listening to, that's like, it's a lot of music. We grew up with MTV, and some of it was just straight up, like the people singing into the audience or whatever. That's fine. But, the ones that stick out, they were their own little stories that didn't necessarily have anything to do with the video you're watching.
And some, they're all different kinds of vibe suits that work like comedic. Awesome.
Yeah.
The gory things, great. There's things that are scary. You can really, I think it's a short filmmaker.
First karaoke performer, Jim.
Well, honestly, we should be getting going pretty soon, I think. You think we should go pretty soon so we could?
Yes, we can do that. So just to say that as a short filmmaker, I recommend that you find local bands and help them make their music videos. It's going to be a great opportunity for you to get into that. It's a great place to experiment. You're going to find a lot of musicians very interested, and you're going to be able to do a lot of play. So, independent filmmaker, I recommend.
And
We're gonna go ahead.
huh? I wanted to say that it also does remind me of a project I wanted to do, and Annabelle did a great thing for it, and that was Without Your Head TV, which would be music videos of bands that are associated with Without Your Head, horror specific ones. And maybe we could do it almost like Severed Limbs, maybe a music video festival.
We can talk about it later. The people can see the gym.
All right. We should probably go, because if that is picking up, we're going to get flagged on YouTube.
So, great to see you. We will check in later. If we have time, maybe we'll get back to the house with those corpses and talk a little bit more. But it's super good to hear. We might check in now and again with like some stupidity. But for now, this is Annabelle Lecter.
This is Nasty Neal.
And this is Without Your Heads 2025 outreach at Boston Underground Film Festival.